during this time, a lot of children will be doing the virtual learning, distance learning, homeschool, whatever you like to call it, and it'll be challenging, I'd say, to keep the kids physically active while at home. There's a greater chance of a sedentary lifestyle with being at home majority of the time. So I'm just here to kind of give a couple tips to keep kids motivated and different things that, fun things that they can do in order to stay physically active during this. Before we start, I have a couple rules of thumb for the parents in assisting with that motivation for kids to stay physically active or become physically active during this time. Allow the kids to choose how they want to be physically active. The more they feel like they're involved in the process, they're more, I guess, willing to go along with or try it. And the goal is for them to just be physically active for a certain amount of time. Absolutely want to be safe and appropriate, but above all else, I want you to be able to move your body so that you can get the benefits of being physically active. They get to choose. You're getting them to move their body. It's a win for everyone. Number 2, parents understand that kids are going to push back. They are not kids, they're not teens if they don't push back. But it is your job and responsibility to nudge them or encourage them to be physically active. Now, the compromise is how you're able to do it. As long as it's safe, as long as it's appropriate, by all means go for it. But not allowing them to become sedentary and to just sit around, because that causes other health issues in which parents, could be a major problem, especially with the things that are going on now. So really just putting your foot down and making sure that, yes, you're going to be physically active. Now, how you do it, I give you some freedom to choose how you want to do it, but making sure, even if the pushback does happen, making sure that they are still physically. 3, parents allow the kids or create an opportunity for the kids to express how they feel after their physical activity. Yes, they're going to say, oh, I'm tired, depending on what they did. But past that, do you feel more energized? Do you feel better do you feel more awake? Are you feeling good? Do you feel stronger? Are you less stressed? Are you more relaxed? So just depending on what the exercise is, they may feel different things, but the overall thing is feel good hormones, reduce stress, feeling more relaxed. So create an opportunity or a space for them to be able to either document, write it down, or just have a brief conversation, whatever your child prefers or whatever you prefer, about how they feel afterwards, so that they attach that to actually doing it. Not I'm just doing it because somebody said do it. Part of it is that, yes, until you are able to be disciplined on your own to make it happen, but the other part is noticing why you're doing it and how it's actually making you feel. With parents, keep in mind that kids don't always do what they hear, they do what they see. So it is beneficial for them and for you to not always, but join in some of that physical activity with them. Parents that are staying at home with their kids during this time, then you have the course of the day. Parents who are coming home from work, you may be able to do an evening stroll or something like that to help encourage your physical activity and theirs. But they want to see the person who's giving them instruction. They want to see the person who they're following or they're modeling after doing what they preach. So it really does help when you join in some of the activities, and then it creates bonding experiences for the both of you, whether you're learning how to do a TikTok video or you're teaching them how to do an old school dance, whatever that looks like. You being a part of that will be a beneficial or a great motivating factor for them to continue. Things that you can do at home to stay physically active. The first one is to create an at-home obstacle course. Now, some parents who may be OCD or don't touch nothing, don't move nothing out of place, you're going to have to just maybe for a small time period allow that child to become creative in that space as long as they clean it up. Create an obstacle course, whether it's going up and down the stairs, hopping over the pillow, stepping over the chair, crawling under the table. So give a time frame that they're able to do it. Make it a competition between siblings maybe, or between one other friend who you are trusting up, or with you, to help them to create that obstacle course at home. Second one would be to pick an appropriate song and a choreographed dance off of YouTube, and one that they don't know or not familiar with already, and have them challenge them to learn the dance, and or you can learn it with them. I know a lot of times when I've tried to learn choreographed dances, it takes me well over 30 to 45 minutes to actually learn a dance, starting from scratch, and I did not know how to do. And it really is a great workout, because in order to learn a dance, you have to do it repeatedly. So just you can break it up in small parts, but just giving them a time frame to learn a certain part of the dance, and then you continue to build on it. As the third one would be to create a TikTok video. Of course, that is super popular, pretty easy to do. Kids know how to navigate it, so just kind of being creative in how many TikTok dances or videos you do, recreating ones yourself. So that's always a great option. TikTok. So the next one would be to use gaming systems in order to have fun with a physical activity, whether you have the Wii or PlayStation or Xbox, whatever you may have, doing things like Just Dance, Dance Revolution, playing tennis. I know on the Wii they have bowling, they have different things, aerobics class on some of those gaming systems as well. If you don't have a specific gaming system, I know that Just Dance and maybe Dance Revolution is on YouTube. You can kind of find some YouTube videos. It may not be all of them that they have on the actual game, but there are some. So using the gaming system and also using YouTube as a resource to find the game. One way to spice up physical activity is to make it competitive and also do it with someone else. So of course it can be between parent and child, it can be between siblings, it can be best friends or teammates. If you're not comfortable with a best friend or teammates, if they don't already live in the household, of course they can do it virtually as well, but making it a competition and doing it with somebody else really helps to create that motivation to make it happen and get it done. So whatever your child comes up with, whether it is a short workout, whether it is a dance, a song, whether it is a race to see who can clean up the room the fastest, they're still moving at a fast pace and getting some physical activity in. But the point is to make it fun. Scavenger hunt, and you can get creative with those. You can have the kids add some things in, and so can you. I know for the girls team that I train, the high school girls, I think I did 30 slots, made a table, did like 30 slots and put exercises in each one. And so then where to do the exercise at. So for example, when we go out to the lobby and do 15 jumper jacks, or go to half court and get in plank position and sing happy birthday 2 times through, or go to the back hallway and do a wall sit for 30 seconds. So just creative things that you can come up with, and you can make it more challenging. You can provoke their thinking to challenge their cognitive. You can make it harder, you can make it easier. You can kind of split up, well, we're going to do 20 things all together. I'm going to pick 10, you're going to pick 10. I'll pick 15, you pick 5, or the other way around. But again, you're still giving the kids an opportunity to choose some of the things that they want to do while you have input as well, and it also challenges them. So go outside, whether it be in the yard or whether it be at a park somewhere, and give the child a specific amount of time to perfect their craft. So if they are involved in any type of sport, depending on, if they can go to a basketball court where there are not many people at, or if they can find a pool that's open that's pretty empty, or if they can just go to an open field and practice whatever they need to, whether a dancer, a gymnast, a soccer player, a football player, whatever sport that child participates in, allow them to pick a skill within that sport that they are not necessarily strong in, and have the opportunity to perfect it. Participate in a specific sport, that's fine, but utilize that time to find a resource that can help them become better, which means say it may be a book where they can kind of listen to an audible, or they can kind of listen to a YouTube video or a podcast that talks about their craft, whether it be fashion, music, comics, whatever it may be. Find a resource. As a parent, find a resource that allows them to grow in that area, and while they're listening to that, they can walk, or they can jog, or they can do something active, ride on a bike while listening to that. So it still gives them an opportunity to grow, not only physically but also mentally. So they're still becoming better, they're still becoming stronger, picking a specific skill and perfecting it, but just in a different manner. Hopefully those are just a few things that I came up with, the kind of creative things that you can do at home. Of course you can do pretty much the regular exercises and kind of get out there and practice your sport or whatever you choose, but just some things that are a little offbeat that people may or may not think of to help keep those children motivated to be able to do it. But I do want to emphasize that the motivation starts here and here. Just believing that they can, and understanding why it's important that they do, and it being bigger than just sweating, or bigger than just being active. We want a healthy individual overall, and it's so important, especially right now. Being physically active and putting good stuff in your body allows your immune system to be stronger, to be able to fight off anything that the world throws at it, which is clearly, again, more important now than ever. So just kind of keep those things in mind. I'll be back later on as I transition throughout the school year, because it's different for me as well. Having to challenge my creative space and not do things traditionally like I usually do. So I'll be back to share more of what I have a little later. Hopefully you guys took something from it or know somebody who can use it.